Objective complete. Good work, Alex.
Welcome you divine individuals to the next reasoning why I'll reside in a padded room later in life with the EM2 from Cold War. Think the AK, but British. High damage, slow rate of fire, and all around fuck ugly. A superb range option, but up close, you're in for a really bad time. High alert is the perk of choice alongside cold-blooded and combat skill. Let's kick it off. For this game, I changed up the pace and I dropped hospital with 2 other players. I was expecting a bloodbath, but everyone kinda scattered immediately. Me being lucky to land on a sentry turret, I place it down to prevent getting pushed from the other ladder before chasing the players below me. Despite teaching the wall a lesson, my opponent manages to escape to the building below. At least, momentarily. Quick Jimmy, fire it up. After looting my way around and rummaging for other sloppy seconds, I look for the nearest safe buy station for a UAV. With the target marked and my pedal to the floor, I head over and get a nasty surprise from a regular Joe. My eject catches him off guard though, and he goes down very quickly. Hearing some fighting in the green building next to me, I check the rooftops very carefully before fumbling my way through the buy station for a UAV. I see the mark that they're upstairs, so I pop dead silence and rush upstairs to catch a poor victim looting a corpse. After that, it's up to the rooftops, but the sound of footsteps turns my attention to the ladder. He's less than happy about it. After that quick fiasco, it's back down to the buy station, this time to grab a UAV, a self-revive, and my loadout with high alert of course. You'll notice several pings on the UAV here. Let's talk about my thoughts and why I don't chase any of the kills. The easiest reason is the EM2 struggles in close quarters due to the slow fire rate, and it'll put me at a massive disadvantage in CQC. The first player moves to the tall apartments and promenade. While there's several ways up to the rooftop, he can hold any of those down very easy. It's kind of a death wish. Secondly is the building on the edge of downtown. To get this player, I'll more than likely need to get to a taller building. That's lots of time wasted just for one kill. Third player is on Nakatomi. Too tall, too much to search, just not worth it. And lastly is the player at the buy station building. During the screenshot, he's ground level, but he ends up going to the roof. Similar to the second building, I need elevation to get him. Too much time, it's just not worth it. The end result is I grab a car, I head over towards Promenade, grab a supply contract, and that takes me to the left-hand side of Boneyard. My intention is to do the pinwheel rotation and catch people out of position from the gas, but I grab a bounty and the target ends up being really close. Given his location is around the blue and white building, I take the higher ground and start checking the various corners that he can hide against. As I move up, I actually miss seeing the top of his head, and he lets out some shots revealing his position. He regrets it shortly after. Once that's done and dusted, I go back to the building and I wait for the circle to close before I grab 3 UAVs and I start to move. While it's impossible to remember all player positions, I take note that there's several coming from train station, one on the pool next to storage, and a few around factory and airport. Looking the gatekeep, I hit the train station. As I near closer, the threat to my own bounty level increases, and as I scan my locale, I manage to spot him very briefly. A quick stop to see if he moves, and he fails to show himself. So, I look to move up instead, and catch him from the 2-story building on my left. Instead, the sweaty bunny springs to action, missing several crucial shots, and I put him down instead. But high alert warns me that I'm not alone, and I head into the building. As I'm upstairs, my hunter creeps in via the door, and I surprise him with 14 shots to the face. Once that's all dealt with, it's time for another UAV and a precision strike for later. Once I'm in the car, I check the map and I see what should be the most powerful spot to hold, with an enemy perched on top. I make a wide flank for a very risky play, and the only thing it rewards me with is death. Gulag releases me since I have no opponent, and I decide, with the gas pushing, my body should be safe to loot. I'm correct. As I near the edge of the new circle, I ping my heartbeat sensor and I get a response. The circle pushes me out of the building I'm in, and as I move up, I notice a familiar gun looking out the window. Revenge, mother trucker. Let's get moving. As the next zone closes, shooting begins in the hangars, so I make the most of my dead silence and I push as fast as I can to get in on the fight to secure some more kills and clear the way ahead for myself. Good game, and I'm sorry. The next circle ends up on the hills on the opposite side of the circle, with me having to cover some very open ground. Since someone kindly abandoned a bertha for me, I use it across the field unscathed. At this point there's only 3 people left other than me, one in the truck in front of me. 2 people go down and I spot the last player. He goes into hiding to replate after his fight, but he makes the mistake of popping up too early. When the chance arises, I take the shot and he goes down. Still has self-revive though, so rather than playing with my food, I make sure to end it as quickly as I can, and with that, I get a pretty mediocre win. Thanks for taking the time to watch, guys. I really appreciate it. Sorry it wasn't the most action-packed game, but hey, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like on the video. It helps out a heap and not just for my self-validation. If you want to catch more in future, make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on. And feel free to check me out over on Twitter and keep up to date with everything I do. Thanks. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.